There is a question many Muslims carry quietly in their hearts, especially in an age of constant noise, doubts, anxiety, and overthinking. If the Quran is a book of guidance for the heart, why does it speak so often to the mind? Why does Allah repeatedly ask us to think, reflect, reason, and question ourselves before asking us to feel? The Quran does not begin by demanding emotion. It begins by awakening the intellect. From the very first pages, Allah does not say, "Do you feel?" He asks, "Do you not think? Do you not reflect? Do you not understand?" Because Allah knows something about the human being that modern psychology is still trying to understand. A confused mind cannot carry a peaceful heart. The Quran addresses the mind first, not to replace the heart, but to prepare it. Allah says in the Quran, "Do they not reflect upon the Quran? Or are there locks upon their hearts?" Surah Muhammad. Notice the order. Reflection first, then the heart. Because when the mind is locked, the heart cannot open. Many people think faith begins with emotion, but the Quran shows us that real, lasting faith begins with clarity. Look at how Allah speaks to humanity again and again. Will you not use reason? Surah Al-Baqarah 2:44. So that you may understand. Surah Yusuf 12:2. So that they may reflect. Surah Al-Hashr 59:21. These are not poetic phrases. They are deliberate. Allah created the human being with an intellect that searches for meaning. When the mind is ignored, the heart becomes vulnerable to confusion, doubts, and emotional instability. This is why many people feel spiritually empty even though they are religious. Their actions exist, but their understanding is weak. Their heart wants peace, but the mind is full of unanswered questions. The Quran does not silence those questions. It invites them. Allah never tells people to believe blindly. He tells them to look at the sky, to observe the earth, to study history, to reflect on their own creation. Allah says, "Indeed, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the alternation of night and day, are signs for people of understanding." Surah Al Imran. Faith in Islam is not emotional escape. It is intellectual arrival. This is why the Quran repeatedly tells stories, not just to move emotions, but to teach patterns. Patterns of human behavior, patterns of arrogance, patience, gratitude, and loss. When Allah narrates the stories of past nations, He does not say they were destroyed because they lacked emotion. They were destroyed because they refused to think. Allah says, "They have hearts with which they do not understand, eyes with which they do not see, and ears with which they do not hear." Surah Al-Araf. The heart mentioned here is not just emotion. It is the center of understanding. And this brings us to a powerful truth taught by the Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet said, "Indeed, in the body there is a piece of flesh. If it is sound, the whole body is sound. And if it is corrupted, the whole body is corrupted. Truly, it is the heart. But what corrupts the heart? Confusion, unresolved doubts, blind following without understanding, belief without clarity." The Quran protects the heart by educating the mind. This is why Allah challenges disbelief with logic before condemnation. He asks questions instead of issuing immediate judgment. Were they created by nothing, or were they themselves the creators? Surah At-Tur. This single ayah dismantles arrogance with reason. It does not attack emotions. It confronts assumptions. Allah knows that a heart forced into belief may obey temporarily, but a heart convinced through understanding remains firm. This is also why Islam never separated worship from knowledge. The first revelation was not a command to feel. It was a command to read. Read in the name of your Lord who created. Surah Al-Alaq. Before Salah, before fasting, before laws. Knowledge. Because emotions fluctuate, but understanding anchors faith. This Quranic approach is deeply relevant today. Many modern Muslims struggle not because they hate Islam, but because their minds are overwhelmed. They are told to just have faith, while carrying unanswered questions about life, suffering, destiny, and purpose.